Hey everybody, I'm back. Good to see you. Everyone else is joining in. As always, you're rocking with Lola, and if you like this video, click like, subscribe, share it with the world. I do appreciate that. If you want to tell me what you think, definitely leave me a comment. I do read them. I'm not going to respond to everything, but definitely leave a comment. I want to speak to you guys about this whole issue of blackfishing that's been circulating on the internet. Let me say this, and I don't want to make this video very long because this isn't one of those conversations that should be long. And if you don't know what blackfishing is, just kind of look it up. Basically, it's, you know, this new phenomena of, you know, white people, mostly white women, dressing in blackface, passing for mulatto, or even sometimes darker women, or whatever, African type women. Right now, as it stands, I don't believe black women or melanated women can say anything to white women on this issue. And the reason why is because we endorsed white women doing this, despite the fact that black men were telling us from the very beginning not to do that. We endorsed it. When we endorsed Kim Kardashian and Kylie Jenner and all of those folk, and we thought it was cute and stuff when they did it, and we were following behind them and stuff, you know, we didn't see how that door would lead to another door. Now you have other white women that have clearly did not say they were black, clearly not trying to be black. They're only trying to cash in on what other white women have been doing. Now all of a sudden black people have a problem when there's too many white people doing it. When it was just that one white woman or maybe a few, it was okay. But now that there's, you know, millions, now we got a problem. But the real problem is we endorsed it, and thus now we can't unendorse it, and nothing we say is going to change that. But honestly, I don't feel threatened by white women dressing like black women and trying to pass for black women. I don't feel threatened by that. It'll take its course, yes. Are they going to take some black jobs with that? Of course, you know, because, you know, they look more palatable to white media and white people than black people do. You know, now you can hire a white girl to play a dark woman's role. No problem now. So, you know, is that going to happen? Yes. Are they going to take some of the beauty influence on IG away from black women? Of course. You know, is that a problem? No. Again, we brought this problem on ourselves. Most black people problems are self-induced. You know, like, comes from within, not from without. So, no, black women don't have no leg to stand on when it comes to this argument. They need to keep white women out of their mouths. Can't do it. I don't want to hear it now. But keep in mind, too, right? Because it gets worse. When black women... Okay, I'll say this. When certain people on certain shows that I've watched that I won't name, they said that, well, these white women that are blackfishing, you know, they want our look, but they don't want our struggle, right? That's what was said. Now, granted, I can understand why people say that. You know, like, I want white money, not white problems. So I do understand, okay? You know, like my dad always told me, think like a Jew, but never bring one home. You know, so it's like, I do understand, but the real problem is here. Not feeling this way because white women can't understand our struggle, and they don't want our struggle, even if they could understand it. That's not the real problem. Again, the real problem is how we started this ball rolling as melanated people. When black women, melanated women, endorse transsexuals, transsexual men, you know, trannies, whatever, when they endorse them dressing like women, even though there is no possible way for that man to understand what you go through as a woman, to understand what you are as a woman. It's like trying to understand what it's like to be a flower. Like, you'll never be a vegetable. I mean, I'm just saying. Unconscious, yes, but a vegetable, do we know, is that what vegetables think? Like, you'll never know. It's like when we endorse trannies putting on makeup, dressing like women, Some of them was even trying to give women advice on how to be women. When we endorsed this, we endorsed white women coming behind them now saying, hey, you know, if a black man can dress like a black woman, I can. I'm more of a black woman than he is. And she is. She's a woman, and I can probably find some trace of black in her somewhere. So, I mean, they have more of a basis than these trannies that these women endorsed in the first place. So it's like, no, you can't come back later on and be upset at white women for doing this when you endorse trannies doing this. You endorse other white women for doing this. It's like, I mean, so it's like, yeah, no. At the end of the day, if you're going to be upset at white women for blackfishing, you have no leg to stand on, period. I'm not even going to juxtaposition and say, well, you shouldn't have no problem with this. No, you just don't have no legs to stand on. These white women are not going to change what they're doing to suit you. They have no vested interest in making you happy in a society that they built. And trust me, they did build the society. I don't care if melanated people physically built it. They built somebody else's society based on the vision somebody else had. They didn't build their own societies. They tried to, you know, be good by themselves within someone else's society. So it's like, yeah, no, you complaining and you upset, that ain't gonna change anything. For years, black men have been saying to black women, don't listen to these trannies, don't sit and endorse this, don't do that, da, 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 da. Again, did black women listen? No. Okay, are they still listening? No, but they got the nerve to want to sit and be upset. Well, ain't happening. I'm sorry. Leave these white women out your mouth. At the end of the day, if you're really upset about what's going on, stop liking it on IG and Facebook and stuff. Just stop liking it. Like, all you gotta do is just stop clicking that button and you will make more of an impact. But I bet you black women are not smart enough to do that. I bet you dollars to donuts they will not stop doing it. They will just sit and complain. That's all they're gonna do. So it's like, trust me, this is why I'm speaking to this one time, and then after that I'm not speaking to it. Because when you really look at it, like, you know, what threat does white women in blackface give to black women? The only two threats you can take is their man or their money. And it's like, if they take your money, okay. I don't really see how they taking your money, like being an IG model. I don't know why that's something to be aspired to. But if you think they're gonna take your men by, you know, blackfishing, I mean, how about you get in the game and start competing? How about you do something different than what they're doing? How about you start being authentically you? Something exotic. Something that's not, something rare. Okay? Because, you know, nowadays when you see chicks that are not walking around with fake stuff on them and a bunch of like tattoos and just a bunch of crap looking like clowns, that is exotic now. To see a natural woman, I don't care how small she is, how big she is, a natural woman is an exotic woman. Now, like, it's an exotic woman. I don't care what color or race she is. That is exotic now because of all the foolery that's been going on. It's like, why don't you try competing with these white women instead of trying to sit and just be upset that they now have took a whole page out of your book and they doing it better than you? How about you take a couple chapters out of theirs and get an edge on them? Because black men have never said that they wanted Becky because Becky was inherently better than you or looked better than you. It was because of Becky's attitude. She has a more feminine attitude than you have, generally speaking. So it's like, well, if you want your men, how about you say, well, you know what? I'm going to stop doing all this extra stuff. And I'm going to start, you know, acting a certain way and see what that gets me. Now, granted, you're going to have to be authentic with it, but hey, if you want to compete, compete. However you compete, just do that. But don't sit around complaining about white women in blackface, because that's not going to get you nowhere. It's going to keep you single, for real, upset at that. Because black men are not taking no L's here. It's only black women. So get in the game. Start competing. Start doing something that you don't see. Like staying off of IG. Stop idolizing people on IG. Do something else with your time other than look up makeup tutorials. Okay? Like, get a real hobby. You know, start there. And I'm not going to keep you guys any longer because, you know, obviously you get the point. But, yeah, stop talking about blackfishing. This is not news, okay? It's been going on, and it's going to continue to go on until they find out that that's not working or whatever. But for now, it's going to work. Trust me, it's going to be plenty black men that's going to see these white girls with all this butt and all these lips and all, you know, all of that. And yeah, they're going to go for it because they got something in addition to that, which is a more feminine attitude than what a lot of black women are walking around with. So yeah, if you want to compete, you're gonna have to do something that these white girls are not doing. You're gonna have to come with what they have and some. You're gonna actually have to compete nowadays. So happy competing. And that's been your daily news from me on that. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Peace.